Hopefully there's some people coming on. I did this already earlier this morning, just a little while ago, and I re-listened to it, and there's a couple areas that I kind of stumbled on, and I want to make this very clear about duplication. And duplication is something that we hear about a lot in our industry. We hear about how you need to duplicate yourself, how you need to duplicate what you're doing. And duplication is an interesting concept. It's really quite simple, but we try to complicate it. Duplication is just a replacement of you. Now, what I mean by that is it's not personality driven. It's not whether you've got it very rarely, in fact, it's never personality driven. It's always system or formula driven. So it's a process that you do, and if you do it right, then other people want to do it, and when those other people do it, it's duplicated. Now, duplication, you can see it in an organization by the depth of the organization. Like, there's people that come in to send out cards, or any company, network marketing, and they're really good at sales, or they're really good at recruiting people, but nobody is doing anything. So they might sign up 20, 30, 40, 50 people and throw a bunch of mud against the wall, but nobody's doing anything. And a lot of that is because they get really good at convincing people to do it, that they need to do it, and that's not duplication. So if you want to really know if you're duplicating, is if you've got any kind of an organization at all, if you walk away from it, will it continue? Will it continue to grow without you? And if not, then you need to change or tweak it, maybe just a little bit. Maybe it's just a little bit you need to tweak. Maybe you've got everything down but a few things. So today I'm going to talk to you about the process of duplication in basically 4 or 5 areas. First is the product. The product, people will use our product if it's easy and fun to use. If they think that they can do what you're doing. If you get too complicated, they may love what you've done. They may love your card sending process and the way how creative you are and stuff, but they may never believe that they can do what you're doing, and so create kind of cards like that, so they don't do it. So you need to, that's why I love the mobile application that we have, the app and also the website, because I can take a picture. People love to have their picture taken. I can load it in the card. I can voice it in, or type it in, voice it in. That it's really easy to do that, so people see that. I can attach a gift to it, and I can grab their information and click send, and I'm done. So the product, make it simple for people. Make it really, really, really easy for people to see it and learn it and understand how easy it is to use. Second area is prospecting. Prospecting is real important, and if you make it complicated, then people aren't going to want to do it. Our business is about the masses. It's not about the classes. It's not about, let me give you an example. I was in the timeshare industry, and I was really good at getting timeshare resorts to sign up as distributors and use our product. Now, a lot of them don't use it anymore, but because it wasn't duplicatable, and when the different management teams left, they quit using it. But I was really good at getting resorts to do it and sign up distributors. But it wasn't duplicatable. I couldn't get the masses. My mom couldn't do that. My brother couldn't do that. My sister, my aunt, my uncle couldn't do that. So it wasn't duplicatable. Now, that's great if I want to focus on resorts to do that, but I'm not going to make the leveraged income, the walk-away income, that this industry provides if I'm going to do niche markets. I'm just not going to get the leverage I need because not everybody, the masses, can't do it. So when you're approaching things and your system, ask yourself, could my brother do it? Could my sister, could my aunt do what I'm doing? And if they can't, then you probably aren't very duplicatable. So you need to have in the process of prospecting something that attracts, number one, the masses to take a look at what you've got, and number two, you need to have it so that when you do share it with people and you're talking to them, they go, well, I can ask those questions. And so make sure that you define the questions that work for building, and people are willing to look at it and say, I can do it. That's why I developed the 11 questions. Just pick 2 or 3 out of there, memorize them, and get really good at it, so other people go, well, God, those are great questions. I can ask those questions to people. Like Dave and Lori. I just did a post on Dave and Lori and what they do. They found out that mastering that question is a key at getting their organization to duplicate. The third area is the presentation. You've got to develop a presentation that anybody can do, not just you standing in front of people in a room. It's got to be duplicatable so that when you're not there, other people will do it. They'll do it on one-on-one. You've got to teach one-on-one duplicatable presentations, or you're not going to get to the masses like you want to quickly and fast and move through and develop momentum in your organization. So that's why we developed a very simple system of how to present. Show the product through your phone, and then use a pocket presentation, mobile pocket presentation, to show the money. Tell people about the 4 types of people, and ask the question, if you had to make a decision today, which one of those would it be? That system, if you've noticed, is catching a lot of attention, and a lot of people are using that, and they're doing it. People don't mind throwing out cards. You see hundreds of people on Gone Mobile are doing that. So, and they're doing it on their own because it's easy and simple to do, and the masses can do it. And again, the closing questions, you need to have closing questions that are easy to do. And then the third thing is follow up. Develop a simple follow-up system that you can teach your team to do. Sending cards, sending gifts, making phone calls, asking the right questions like, hey, so, after you ask the question, if you had to make a decision today, which would it be? And they say, well, I need to think about it. We'll come up with questions and things like, well, how long would it take you to think about it? Teach your team those questions. Scale to 1 to 10. What's your interest level? I'm a 7. What's it going to take you to get to a 10? Things like that. Teach your team to do that. So once you have a well-rounded system or formula, then your ratios are going to appear, and they're going to be very attractive to your team. And they'll start duplicating and do the same thing. And again, how you'll see that is through depth. If your organization is growing 3, 4, 5 levels deep using your system, then you've got a duplicatable system. Now, duplication is not a scary thing. It's easy. It's simple to do. And if you'll follow what I talk about here and just duplicate and duplicate a system, create a system that's duplicatable, then it works. And if you don't want to recreate your own, just use what we're using. Because I'm telling you right now, it is working. And people are using it and it's being successful. So go out and duplicate. And have a great day. And we'll see you at the top.